Hey everybody, it's Michael Waddell with another edition of Outdoor Bites. Sitting here with Hal Shaffer, man. Good to see you, buddy. Drop Zone TV. You've been on, obviously, Outdoor Channel, Sportsman Channel a long time, man. What's been cooking, buddy?
It's been fun, though, hasn't it?
It has,
you know,
man.
My dad told me a long time ago, he says, if you do something you love for a living, it won't seem like work.
That's right.
It is work. There's a lot of work, and you know it as well as I do. But when you love it, it becomes a passion. And if you're passionate about your job, then it takes you through life pretty seamlessly.
There's no doubt. And if you look at us, somebody like you and I have known you a long time. My wife calls us all man-childs because it's like, I mean, we're doing something we love. We're having a chance to produce TV shows and put them on the network, in this case, representing hunting and fishing. And you know, what's really cool and unique about what you do and brought to the space is the fact that, you know, you and Zipadelli on Drop on TV, it's cool to see more of the non-endemic stuff. And I mean, from a standpoint of where you sit in producing these shows, what would you tell some of these non-endemics that's looking to our culture, especially in advertising?
Well, look, they're starting to figure out that when it comes to DIY and the people that do stuff with their hands, right, that like the outdoorsmen are the people that's going to change their own oil.
That's right.
They're gonna mow their own grass. They're gonna fix their own fences. They're gonna remodel their own house. They're the DIY, and it's the best demographic out there for any of them. And you know what? Probably the biggest thing is to tell them is they're the most loyal of all.
Right.
When it comes to demographic, they are very loyal to the things they're passionate about. And man, that's what makes our world go.
You are right. I think sometimes it gets missed in our culture when people look in on it. Like, we know this, but our loyalty to, like, you know, I know you work with companies like Crescent, obviously Metabo, XPT. I mean, you work with those guys. But when you see these guys part of our culture and the viewers get a chance to see that, it immediately is like, that's what I want to participate because they're supporting me. It becomes a brother, like a sister.
It does. So people sitting there, man, I use that Metabo HPT air compressor. I keep it in the back of my head. You start getting all these, you know, messages and emails, and you're like, wow, this is the right place for them. You know, it is really cool.
No doubt. And far as hunting, man, you know, obviously it's a question I get all the time is what got you into hunting, Hal? What was your memory of just what inspired you or got you excited about going hunting?
So you know, most of the time it's the dad that, you know, your father.
Right.
But my father, we had a big family. I was the baby of the family. And my dad actually at times was working 3 jobs. So dad he loved the outdoors. He just didn't have time for it.
He was working trying to buy biscuits, right?
Right. So a girl that I went to school with, and me and her had always been really good friends, her dad was a big outdoorsman. And man, he just took me under his wing at 13 years old and started taking me hunting. And he lived 7 miles from me through the timber in Waxhaw, North Carolina. And I would get my dad's old 1960, it was a 12 gauge automatic shotgun, J.C. Stevens.
Oh man,
And I took that and a pocket full of 6-shot, and I went rabbit hunting, and I'd kick up rabbits and kick up quail, and I'd hunt my way all the way 7 miles over to his house. And he'd help me clean everything, show me how to do it, and then he'd drive me back home.
That is cool.
It was so much fun. Tom Hicks, awesome guy to this day. Man, he is totally 100% responsible for getting me in the outdoors.
That's cool, and I'm glad I asked that question because a lot of times, obviously, you're right. It is your dad or granddad so many times. And,
no doubt.
And that just shows you never know. And you know, we see that, and I think when people watch our programming, you know, hopefully they realize that this ain't something that they can't do. They can participate. They can get involved. And it's so much fun. I mean, and think of the trouble. Holy cow! I tell people all the time the trouble it kept
us out of.
Me and you. I mean, we're like I said again. We
found trouble in the outdoors.
Yes. I mean, but you're thinking about it, like when you got to get up early the next morning to go rabbit hunting or squirrel or deer or turkey.
Old Cale Yarborough used to be on my radio show. You know old Cale Yarborough, the driver. Yeah. He told me one time. He said, "I've never seen a kid gone wrong that was raised by a bird dog."
That's very true.
Come on.
That is very true. That is absolutely true. And speaking of that, obviously, you and Zipadelli, y'all are good friends. Y'all obviously co-host. You know,
oh yeah, we're brothers.
Drop Zone, and so the whole NASCAR, you know, you kind of come from that. You know, talking about your radio show, talking about the things you do, and obviously you got a lot of friends in NASCAR, man. And
do
you see a big
well?
Oh, I know, man. I mean, obviously there's a big crossover. It's natural for us.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, NASCAR is awesome. I mean, them like us, that demographic is extremely loyal, right? the NASCAR fan is loyal to the brands that are on those cars.
Right.
That's why it's worked for so long, and one of the most aggressive forms of advertising that you see longevity throughout the years. Companies literally spending millions and millions of dollars because of the loyal, and our demographic overlaps. Outdoor, NASCAR, they're the same people.
Right.
About 80% of everybody that's a NASCAR fan is an outdoor fan.
That's true,
what the
yeah.
numbers say.
I remember seeing that, all the research on that, and it is so cool to see the
Oh,
lap.
yeah.
I think the only thing that come close, I think, was football maybe. But
Can you imagine being able to drive a Sprint Cup car to the woods to go hunting? Man, that'd be the ultimate day.
That would be. Man, what if you had them loud pipes riding around some southern town, man? You'd be the coolest kid in town, man.
Oh, absolutely. It might be a good way to do a deer drive too.
Yeah,
Crank
you'd
that
have
thing
all
up
the
on one
you'd
end
have
of the
all
field.
you'd have all the girls, man. They'd like to listen to them pipes. Man, speaking of that, I mean, obviously, drops on TV. I've been doing it a long time, but you got a brand new project, man. You just started.
Wow, and yeah, Renovation Hunters.
Right.
And you know, it's one of those things like you and I have enjoyed the luxury of everything the outdoors has to offer us, right?
Right.
We have really enjoyed the spoils, but at some point, like I know you do a lot of, you want to be able to give back something, right? And unfortunately, when we look at this country, we see that the family knit, that family, the moral base of that family, those fibers are getting frayed, right? And you don't see families and relatives coming together and meeting in places as much as they used to. And more importantly, you don't even see them sitting down at a table eating together.
Right.
I know when
Right.
you grew up in the South like I
Oh.
did, you
Yeah.
sat at the table and you ate, and that's where conversation had, that's where families connected.
That was family social hour for sure, or 2 hours.
Well,
I don't know
that
how much
fiber,
chicken Mama
you got
cooked.
that right.
Yeah.
Boy, dinner at my house, I never forget the first time my brother's girlfriend came over and Mom brought down about a 10-pound pot of spaghetti and set it in the middle of the table. She goes, I thought I was with wild animals.
You get cut reaching in there.
Well,
Yeah.
So I wanted to come up with something that, you know, we all love the old hunting camps and fishing camps, or even a cabin that you went to in the mountains just to get away. Well, a lot of those get passed down through generations, but they don't always get taken care of. One generation may have not had the financial ability to take care of it. And then when these structures actually go away and they tear, it actually can stop that generation from passing on
True.
the outdoors. So that was my thought. I really wanted to do something. So now we just ask people, hey, send us your compelling story, right? Send us in, tell us why we should come renovate your place. And it's amazing that it has
Wow.
grown so much. We do it in 8 days, Mike. 8 days, we
Holy
renovate the whole place, not just the house, the property. We go put food plots in, we help them, we give them a 3-year plan on deer management and how to take care of the property. We help them generate pinch points. We hinge cut trees for them, you know, to
Wow,
create
yeah.
bedding. We mark stand sites, and then one of our partners on the show, On the Spot Outdoors, they go and build them a custom stand unique to that place. It is totally off grid. You can go sit in it. It has solar panels, refrigerators, vibrating massaging chairs.
No
You know,
way.
it's got TVs. It's got multiple plugs for gaming. So you got to look at our kids. It don't matter what we try to do. Our kids are different now at this day, and technology has changed
Right.
our youth. And unfortunately, when you take a kid hunting, if you take him 2 or 3 times and old Mr. Whitetail don't, cooperate, they get bored and they get detached from
Right.
it, right? Because they got to have something. So we make a blind for them that they can sit there and kind of, keep themselves entertained until all the deer show up, and then that's what hooks them. When they get to that. So we're building blinds for them. We got a new company, M&M Barbecue Company, that's going to come out and build everybody $14,000, $15,000 to $20,000 custom barbecue area
No
in their
way.
backyard this year.
Nice.
We got a new resort in Belize, Turtle Island Resort in Belize. We're sending the people there for a vacation while we remodel their vacation home.
Wow.
So It's really cool. Such
Dude,
great
yeah,
partners.
this sounds like there's a lot of people going to be wanting to.
You
know,
think you got a cabin that needs done, buddy?
I'm thinking I might have some renovation needed around my farm. Hal, you need to come over. Bring your crew, or if you want my wife and I to leave and go down to Turtle Island. I mean, if you want to just have your way, I'll give you my gate code. Come on.
That's it. But you know, every one we've done last year, and this premiere is February 24th
Oh,
at
right
8:30 Eastern time. That's the big premiere. But every one we've done, literally tears in their eyes. The one we did in Virginia, it was so cool. The guy stood up after we done the reveal, and one of the sons, he was the one that had moved away, you know, started a big business and all that. He's sitting there right there on camera. He goes, you know, coming back for you guys to renovate our place and being with my mom and dad and the whole family reminded me of the mistake I made by moving away and not spending time here. Tears just rolling down his face. I looked over at my partner, Kevin Tarkovich, who is our superintendent on the builds. I said, look, we can never do another one. Mission complete.
Wow.
Mission complete.
That is super cool, man.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that. And
Yeah. Gonna be a lot of
I
fun.
think that's an example. What you're doing there is really the diversity of what we're doing as hunters. It shows the community, but the different programming you can see, where it don't sound like it's just a hardcore hunting show. It's about the hunter giving back and helping other hunters,
Oh, exactly.
you know, understand new technique and ways to go about it. So,
You know, it's I think all of us that are in the outdoors, make our living in the outdoors, and we have people who follow us in the outdoors, we all need to figure a way to give back. We all need to
Absolutely.
figure a way to make sure generations to come get to enjoy all the things that you and I have got to enjoy
Absolutely.
at the ultimate level.
That's exactly right.
Right.
Hal, it was deadgum good to
Man,
talk
thank
to
you
you,
for
buddy.
everything you do for this industry. I appreciate it,
man,
buddy.
thank you so much. And vice
Absolutely.
versa, buddy. You brought a lot of good energy and it's been awesome. Good to get to know you a whole lot better over the years. And so
Oh.
look forward to everything you're producing and good luck, man. Hey, turkey season's right around the corner. I know we
may
love
have
that.
you come to one of those renovation hunter builds and sling a hammer with us.
Yes, dude, and they love me in Belize. I need to go. Hal Shaffer, baby.
See you there, brother.
We certainly hope you enjoyed Outdoor Bites with me, Michael Waddell. Thank y'all for watching.